Welcome to another episode of the Red Cow Talk. My name is John Opara.
And my name is Opara.
And together we are the
Oparas.
Welcome to another episode of the Red Cow Talk. And today's episode is just a reaction video to a video we saw online of Will Smith and Jada. And we thought this video is actually very interesting. And we want to react to it. Before we go talk too much about it, go ahead and watch the video and we'll be right back.
The day after her 37th birthday, I hired a team to orchestrate her 40th birthday. I had hired a documentary team. I traced Mommy's family roots. Her 40th birthday was going to be my thing.
It was going to be a splash.
It was going to be a splash. Mary J. Blige performed. I debuted the film, all of that. It was going to be the thing that lifted her out of this midlife crisis, and it was going to be my deepest, most beautiful proclamation of love. And she's told me that the party was the most ridiculous display of my ego.
Ooh.
Crushed. Right? And to this day, I know I was crushed because it was true.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned. And we just wanted to react to that video, and I thought the video was disturbing. And personally, and I think, and based on the controversies that have been happening around their family and around them generally, and that video opened my eyes more to what I think it's wrong with their relationship. Before I express my own side of it, I'll let my wife say something.
Okay, so my thoughts about the video was just that your husband has gone through so much trouble to ensure that you're happy, to make this nice big right after her 37th birthday.
So he had 3 years.
He has 3 years to plan for your 40th birthday party.
Yes.
And all you can say was it was all for his ego.
Ridiculous. No, you have to say it well. Ridiculous display of your ego. Hi. Even me, I'm crushed for him.
It was very, very embarrassing to watch. Honestly, yes. It was very, very...
And she said it, and she's still smiling after even all that years. That's ridiculous, man.
I thought that was not very nice. And at least this might have gone through all this much trouble for you. I mean, there's got to be some type of, even if it's for his ego, there's got to be some type of appreciation.
Yes.
Towards the person. He spent his money, his time. Do you know how many, all the people that he had to gather together to make sure that it brings it together? Honestly, I'm going to throw this out there right now. I feel like Jada, Will Smith's wife, I'm not too sure if she actually truly loves that man.
I have to agree with you. I think that whole married thing, from me, it's been very wrong for a long time, because I think a long time ago, I'm not 100% sure about this, but since I saw a story that says they swing. But that's
they are in an open relationship.
But that's a long time ago though. And since then, I've never really counted them as the role model couple in Hollywood or anything. I don't have any role model in Hollywood, but you know how you look at it, like Jay-Z and Beyonce, and you like, oh yeah, those are are they Hollywood?
They're Hollywood.
Oh, okay. Just things like that. But I never, since I saw that report, but it's been a long time ago. But seeing this, let me take you guys through that scenario. 37th birthday was on, and they had a little party or whatever, and in that 37th birthday I decided that 38th, 39th, 40th birthday I want to do something stunning, and I started planning from 37. I don't care if it is my ridiculous ego. If I want to show pride, I don't care. If you say that to me, my goodness.
Yeah, that was a very hurtful thing to say.
Year 1, year 2, year 3 to plan something for you, to surprise you without your involvement, and all you could say is it's a ridiculous display of your ego. That is not nice. And it comes down to...
Let me play the devil's advocate first for a second.
Yeah.
What if she had somehow told him that she didn't want a big party? She doesn't want a big party, and he still went ahead to do it anyway.
I agree, but if I do something nice for you, and it's not your love language, it is courtesy for you to say thank you first and now complain.
Well,
say thank you first. It's a courtesy. It's a courtesy. Sometimes the door that someone opened for you is not like you don't have hand to open it.
That is very true.
It's because you say thank you because that's a nice thing to do, but I could do it myself. It's not because you cannot do it yourself. It's not because some guys open doors for their wife, not because. Or some guys open doors for ladies, not because they are just done and they know, I want to talk to this lady, let me do this. There's always a motive behind a lot of the things we do as human. It is our default nature as human being. There's a motive behind it. And that is why it's also important and that's why God always say, remove negative motive. So before you can approach me and get to me,
right?
No matter what that motive is. Jesus Christ said to someone that brought offering, he said, drop your offering. That is a way of saying, I appreciate the offering, but go back and reconcile. He said, so I know people will say, Jesus wanted to, don't let him take that offering. No, it is a way Jesus is showing, I appreciate your giving, but go back and do what is right. That is what it means. Appreciation is the key to elevation. Anybody that cannot...
Now,
I feel like I'm already preaching, but...
No, another thing that I didn't like about that video is, and I feel like there's so many lessons to learn from this. Their daughter is sitting right there. And you're expressing these things in front of your daughter.
And the lady did not even still take time to say, I appreciate it.
Even some type of phantom of some type of little appreciation. Say, you know what? You did go through the effort to do it, and I appreciate the effort. Maybe, that's just not what I wanted from I feel like all these things that we've talked about in our previous videos, communication with your partner.
Wait, before you go into communication, because and this is where I think the lady completely have the mumu button of Will Smith. After he said all that, and he said, and when he said it's ridiculous, and he said, and I agree with it.
that part, I don't even know.
And I agree with it. That is why this one is lost.
He said it hurt him so bad, right?
He said crushed. I felt crushed. His ego was crushed. Even if he was displaying ego, it is a man thing. To be honest with you, it is a man thing to have some sort of ego. Any man that doesn't have ego, LD ego, let me use that word so that people will not go and say ego. LD ego, where you what's it called, allow God to still walk through you. And LD ego, you'll be useless. Even you women, you have to have some LD ego, so that way you are not cheap, you are not loose. You have to have some LD ego, and you just use armor and just say, boom.
Yeah, you can see that he was crushed. You can
he was
see
very
that
crushed.
And I don't know if that's a healthy relationship.
So I saw this comment. I saw this comment on one of the posts on the post where I saw that video from, and the guy said this, and he said, I will read 2 comments or 3 comments from it, and let's see. He says, even if it is not in our love language, I believe in appreciation efforts. At least at that moment, the person genuinely wanted you to be happy. So appreciate first. Later, you can talk about how you would have preferred preferred it. And this one was the one that really got my attention to really want to do this video, to really want us to discuss this. He said it was going to, and quoting Will Smith now, he says it was going to be the thing that lifted her out of this midlife crisis. Will Smith speaking, it was going to be my deepest, most beautiful proclamation of love. How is that a ridiculous way of displaying ego? It was going to be my deepest, most beautiful proclamation of love. In as much as the whole birthday splash wasn't a kind of thing, you can't deny that he had her in mind, and his original intention was not to display ego but to proclaim love. It took 3 years to plan that. If that level of effort does not show love, I don't know what else will. If that much effort does not show love, 3 years, my brother and my sister, 3 years. Even if you serve God for 3 years, I know what God will have rewarded you. Oh my God! The last comments, well, one of the out of the 3 comments that I took, that I really like. He said she was being unappreciative, verbally abusive. He did what he believed would blow her mind away, only to be told off like that. Rather insensitive.
Yeah, she was very, very insensitive. That's for sure. My thing is, the daughter was sitting there the whole time watching this and listening to this. We have to be very careful if you're married or listening and you have kids, to be very careful what you communicate with your spouse in front of your children. Children have a way of taking everything in and they learn from it. So we need to be very careful how we communicate with each other in front of our children. We need to be very careful because some men will say, oh, the guy is not romantic, but the times in which he has tried to be romantic with you, this is how you have treated him. So then eventually they're not being romantic anymore and being very serious.
Yes.
They're not being romantic with you anymore because you're, when they were trying to show
romance.
The thing is, when they're trying to show romance in the way they know how to, it's for you to say, wow, thank you. I truly appreciate that. But then maybe later, from not in that same moment, not in that same breath, you can say, babe, but I would rather you give me this. I think I was watching a video. Maybe we might do that video next, so I won't talk about it on set. So, but it's better for you to let them know later on and to communicate effectively. Go watch our video that we've done in the past about 6 years, where we're learning 6 years in 6 years of marriage. So that's some of the things that we also talked about on there. So I think those are the 2 big things that I saw here. Speaking to your partner effectively and communicating effectively what you would prefer as a love language, and making sure to watch how you're talking to your spouse in front of your child while when they're there. So those things are very, very, very big, at least for me.
Yeah, and just to cap it off, you just showed that young lady that if you don't like it, something in your whatever, you just destroy the man's ego. The person's feeling don't matter as long as it doesn't suit your own style. She was very insensitive. I truly don't think their marriage is really healthy, if you ask me. Even looking at the slap from the Oscars and all those things, I don't think their marriage is healthy. You didn't pay me attention, I went to go
she even came out and said that when Will Smith slapped Chris, that he went too far, that he
wasn't having his back, and I truly don't think
he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I truly don't think that they have a very healthy marriage, and I don't think they're good for each other. Let me just say it. I don't think they're good for each other. But what do I know? What do I know? They already have 15-year-old kids.
They have two kids, a boy and a girl.
Yeah, I think they're like 18, 15, whatever.
So,
well, don't quote me on that. What do I know? Well, thank you for watching this video. We appreciate you truly. Thank you. My name is John Opara.
And my name is Oluwase Opara.
And if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe right now. Go ahead and subscribe.
Hit that bell.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Wait, leave a comment and share this video. Okay. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.